What was the most illegal thing that happened at your school? Story 1. Principal invited the cheerleaders to a pool party at his house and set up a camera in the bathroom where he told them to change. Reply. Oh my God. Please tell me he's in prison now. Reply 2. I tried Googling an article. It's unreal how many articles there are about principals hiding cameras in bathrooms. Story 2. In middle school, a classmate of mine stole his grandparents' car, picked up his GF, and tried to drive from the SF Bay Area to Colorado to see the 10th games. They made it all the way to Colorado too. Funny thing is that the 10th games were on a tape delay, so even though they were on TV, they had happened a couple weeks before he tried to drive to Colorado. Reply. This is the plot of a Simpsons episode. Story 3. In high school, the principal, who lived right across the street from me, got accused of SAW against a student who was his adopted son living with him. The kid had behavioral issues, so a lot of people didn't believe the student, and the principal was allowed to keep his job. During the next school year, a student wore a wire into his office and got the principal on recording. Reply. Sad thing is the behavioral issues were probably due to the SAW at home. Story 4. Kids smoked pot on the school bus. The school bus driver drove to the police station rather than the school and turned the kids in. Reply. Dude, our bus driver said, "Hey, whoever is using perfume, it's giving me a migraine, please stop." Everybody could smell it, we all knew what it was. Reply 2. In high school I had 3 people get raided by armed police, all unrelated cases. This was around the time Silk Road came out, so they were all importing large amounts of MDMA, LSD, cocaine. I did go to a private school though, so honestly not that surprising, wasn't even the most illegal thing to happen there. Reply 3. I'm genuinely not sure, so here's a few of my cherished school memories. A girl got murdered by a stalker, she was 16. Another girl had an ex-boyfriend attempt to kidnap her, and when he failed he pulled a knife and attempted to kill her, she was also 16. A guy arrested for forgery, mostly driver's licenses, but he stupidly tried to forge official university documents. They were terrible. The coach got fired for groping girls. He also used to straight up punch kids, sometimes for literally no reason. A teacher got fired for throwing a fucking desk at a kid. He was also a massive alcoholic. This same teacher threw a stapler at a kid and hit him in the head. He got a talking to by the board and agreed to only throw whiteboard markers. A couple months later he threw the desk. Lots of revenge porn. A girl got arrested for being part of a car theft ring. She was 15. A teacher quit so he could openly date a student who was 16. Legal in my country, though still thought of as disgusting/not okay. Ironically, he was the biology teacher. Bomb threat that turned out to be real, though a bit pitiful. Some kid planted a pipe bomb, made from fireworks, which also only had a short fuse. Maybe enough to crack a window if it was sitting on top of it. Bunch of kids got expelled when they brought meth to a class camping trip, also 16. Quite a lot of rapey stuff, between students. Pretty sure a teacher got arrested for CP, but we never found out, he just disappeared one day. Months later there was a vague news article about a teacher in our area being found with CP, but no details. Also pretty sure a lot of the families came from organized crime, one of which I know was Croatian Mafia. Don't tell Nintendo, but I was the school's illegal Pokemon seller. I had a mod chip and made hacked PKMN to order, sold at $10 a pop. I know I'm forgetting a lot, I'll update if they come back to me. Story 5. This chick beat this other chick so hard that she needed facial reconstruction surgery, and then punched out campus police. They tried to tase her, but she kept punching through it. Reply. I'll get you bitch, vibes. Story 6. Teacher got accused of grooming and sexual assault. The allegation brought to light that 2 other teachers throughout the school's history had also sexually abused students. 2 of the 3 teachers are dead now and the other is in jail. Reply. There was a school in the UK that was a feeder for ours called Heathmount. There was so much saw it was known as Sheathmount. As 14-year-olds we found it especially funny that the shooting teacher was diddling little boys. Don't find it as funny now I have my own kid. Story 7. Teacher sucked off a student in her office and then got deported for it. Story 8. Both the school nurse and later the school counselor were pedophiles. Nurse would take advantage of students going to him in elementary school. School counselor, who was also a dude, had a thing for black high school boys in particular. Also was the head football coach on the side. Didn't find out about either until a couple years after I graduated. Nurse got caught, and counselor, coach got narsed on by his wife who divorced him. Story 9. A guy and a girl, both in 9th grade from what I can remember, decided to throw down and have sex with each other in a classroom in front of the entirety of the class while the teacher was out of the room. It was chaos. People yelling, some encouraging them, others objecting. The teacher came back and some of the students actively held the door to prevent her from interrupting. The cops got involved. It was all over the news and the school shut down for like 3 days. Reply. Wow, that's insane. Similar happened in my school except the students weren't arrested and they did it in the boys' bathroom. I walked by the bathroom and there were plenty of kids hovering around while we heard the whole thing. Some were in the bathroom straight up watching the couple. A teacher ran in and asked what's going on and everyone just dispersed. I didn't see it happen but the couple was just thrown in detention. Reply 2. Hopefully, in separate rooms, right? Story 10. It was 1971. A girl I knew whose boyfriend dealt drugs brought a bunch of really strong LSD to school to sell. For the rest of the day we freaks would see each other walking down the hall tripping balls and laugh ourselves silly. There must have been 20 of us. One of the cheerleaders got some and ran away from home. The principal grilled her but couldn't prove anything. And then there was the band teacher who ran off with one of his students mid-semester. Story 11. A kid got beat to death in my school. Locked down for 4 hours. He was life-flighted and died a few days later. The kid who killed him ran away from the school but they ended up catching him. He only got 20 years probation and is now a successful real estate agent and everyone kind of forgot about it. Reply. Tell you what though. My better half and I just bought a house and this was my first experience with anything to do with real estate. Beat somebody to death as a kid is pretty much what I would expect from the scum-sucking pack of brain jackal motherfuckers in that industry. Story 12. A music teacher joined who had been on Britain's Got Talent. Everyone loved him. Turned out he tried to saw multiple girls and was fired within a week of joining. Story 13. He was either a junior or senior, but he'll always be remembered as the sheepfucker for a reason. Reply. Get perfect SATs and nobody calls you Dave the academic. Top of your class and nobody calls you Dave the valedictorian. Fuck one sheep, though. Story 14. Besides multiple teachers and admins being arrested for banging students, we had a dude passing counterfeit money. So much so the Secret Service showed up. And I was hauled off to a windowless building to explain why I had a fake 20. Reply. Had a teacher bring me to her apartment to fix her computer. Super awkward getting out of there. I was 17, she was 23, so not really cringe, but why didn't she just ask? Would have gone way different. Hey, stop. Stay cool, stay safe. Subscribe for more. Yo.